We are receiving huge amount of information every second. This information reaches our conscious mind. So our senses, our eyes, our nose, ears, uh, taste, and feeling. All these senses, five senses, collect information from the environment and they pass it to our conscious mind. Our conscious mind will process the information based on reasoning, logic, takes decisions, and stores it in our unconscious mind for future reference. Like we prepare a document, if we are from HR, we will prepare a document or any department for that matter. We will prepare a document, store it for future reference. So whenever I need a document which is similar to what I have done in the past, I can pick it up from the storage device, work on it so that it saves my time, right? Because we have limited time. We have limited time and we have got a lot of things to do. Similarly, conscious mind has limited capacity and it has a lot of things to do. So what it will do, it will process the information, store it in the unconscious mind for future reference. Okay. So now conscious mind is dependent on unconscious mind for information. So after conscious mind has processed the information, stored it in unconscious mind, then whenever it needs similar information, it will go to the unconscious mind first and check for the information. If some information is already there, then it will not process, it will not start processing a new information. It will hold on to the old information, right? Because that is the easiest way to do. For example, my favorite example, can you tell me what you can see in this image? So you unmute.
Triangle.
Triangle.
So thank you very much for sharing triangle. So the question is, can you only see triangle?
The kiwi fruit.
So you can see the kiwi fruit. Thank you very much. So by seeing the kiwi fruit, can you remember when you had probably kiwi last time? How did it taste and how did it feel?
Yes.
Yes. So now what has happened is, as soon as you see the image of kiwi, this image of kiwi has been already stored in our unconscious mind by our conscious mind, right? And whenever we would see the image of kiwi, automatically the taste and the feeling while we have kiwi will come to our mind. Think about rasgulla or gulab jamun or any other sweet. Immediately there will be some kind of salivation in your mouth, right? Because automatically you remember it. Because our conscious mind, when we had the kiwi for the first time, or when we had rasgulla or gulab jamun for the first time, the information is stored that this is how it tastes. So I think about it and my body responds to it automatically. So now we are able to see a triangle. The question is that triangle really there? Have we really drawn that triangle? Yes or no?
No.
No, right? So thank you very much. We have not actually drawn this triangle, but still we can see why. Because our conscious mind saw this image, automatically it will go in our unconscious to check if there is any similar information. Now we all have seen triangles, square, rectangles, and so on. So triangle comes the closest to whatever is the image we are seeing right now. So that's what we are able to see. So this is how the mind works. Our mind will go in our unconscious for all the information it receives. It is automatic response, right? There is no control because conscious mind has stored that information for future reference. The difference is when we store an information in the computer, we can go and delete it whenever we want. So I prepare a document and I can delete it. And I can type another one and delete it. And I can type another one and delete it. But here, once the information is passed to the unconscious, then that information is going to rule us for the rest of our lives. So, as a child, while growing up, until today, we have experienced a lot of things, lot of people, and we have judged people, evaluated them, experienced them. We have experienced different kind of situations, and all this is stored in our memory. And all this, whatever is stored in the memory, is going to rule and is ruling you even today. So what happened in your childhood, and that memory which is stored in the childhood is still ruling you today. Okay. Now I will give you one example. Uh, my favorite example. So there is a teenage boy who is playing a game on his mobile, and is not is kind of engrossed in his mobile, right? And his father, he gives a call to his friend, and they are discussing about a mutual friend. Now what this mutual friend has done, mutual friend Mr. M had a great job. He was doing excellent. Company had given him a good position. He had a good house, a good package, and car and everything, all the facility, and he was doing great. And suddenly uh, he decided to start his own business. He thought he had a great business idea, and he gave up the job. And now after 3 years, he has uh, he has uh, he has incurred huge losses in his new business, and now he is kind of bankrupt. And now he's looking for job. He has already taken huge loans from different sources, and now all the resources, those sources are after him to repay him the money. So he's really in the bad shape. So they are discussing over the friend with each other. Now what happens to this teenage boy who is listening to the entire conversation? What happens? What is his conclusion?
Never
So
to do business.
So one thing is that you should never do business. What is the other possibility? So thank you very much. You're right there. So there could be n number of possibilities. It of course depends on that teenage boy. But what would be his general kind of belief that would form? So one is definitely that you should never do business. What else? Any thoughts?
Risk.
Well, so risk, you are right there. So you should not take risk in life, right? Especially when you have a great job. When you have a great job, you should not take this kind of risk, right? Now this teenage boy doesn't even know that this information has really gone in his unconscious mind. And as he grows up, finds a job, does a great job there, having a good salary, house, everything. He keeps on getting great ideas, and he starts thinking, yeah, let's do business, yeah, give up this job, yeah. इसमें job में क्या रखा है? Let's do business. We will do something great. But every time he thinks about doing business, what happens? Something pulls him, something holds him back, and tells him, no, it is too risky. So this is how the information stored in our unconscious mind rules us. So there is such we, each and every one of us, has huge amount of information in our unconscious mind, which we have acquired over a period of time. So I'm 50 years old. In last 50 years, I have acquired huge amount of information, and it is stored in my unconscious mind, which is ruling me.